I'm Heather Wetzel with LifeSafer Ignition Interlock. LifeSafer has been a leader in the ignition interlock industry for over 30 years. So we install ignition interlock devices that go into a vehicle. A lot of people would call those a breathalyzer in a car. We also have portable alcohol monitoring devices. We will install or give those to clients of ours that have had a DWI and are on probation. They might be pretrial for a DWI. We also service voluntary clients or clients that are part of a family court case or a civil case if they need a device. So the device is installed into a vehicle. Once you get in your vehicle, you would turn your key to the accessory or on position, or if you have a push button start vehicle, you would lightly push the button once. The device will actually turn on, and within a few seconds it will ask you to blow. It's that easy. A lot of people think that an ignition interlock device will drain the battery on your vehicle. A properly installed ignition interlock device will not drain a normal operating battery. Another myth would be that you can get a fail for eating a donut. The device has an alcohol-specific fuel cell that only detects alcohol. That's not to say that there is not alcohol in other things that you might have in your mouth, such as mouthwash, mints, or gum, but those would be a mouth contaminant. You would be able to rinse your mouth out with water, take another retest immediately, and pass and start your vehicle. So the device will display a large X on the screen along with the word fail, and then the fail will be reported to the client's probation officer or monitoring authority. So the car will only start with a properly provided pass test. The device has a camera. It will show the person that is starting the vehicle. A lot of people are apprehensive about that, but it's actually a really good tool to show that who is driving your vehicle. If you were to take your vehicle to a mechanic, it would show the mechanic starting the vehicle if they had to do that, or if you were to share a car with a spouse or someone else in the family, it will show who's driving the vehicle at the time of each test. LifeSafer device can be installed on almost every make and model of vehicle. There are a few newer vehicles out that have some challenging technology, but LifeSafer continues to invest in research and technology to accommodate new vehicles. So for Texas, that's usually every 30 days. If their officer will allow something different, a longer period of time, or they request something different, we can accommodate that as well. The most common mistake people make is that they get a fail and they don't submit a retest. If you have a mouth contaminant or you have something going on and you have a fail or a warrant on your device, the best thing you can do for yourself is rinse your mouth out with water and take a retest immediately. So we're able to determine between a mouth contaminant and something that's consistent with alcohol consumption based on the readings. The data that's recorded is each start and stop of the vehicle and each test that's given. A past breath sample, like we talked about, has to be submitted in order to start the vehicle. While the client is driving, the device does ask for what we call random or rolling retest. That is a state or county mandated regulation. It's not something that LifeSafer just puts on the device. And so the device does randomly go off, and each test is recorded with the breath alcohol content submitted for that sample. LifeSafer will replace any component of the device at no charge to the client. So LifeSafer Abilene here over on Pine Street has fantastic pricing. The installations range from $65 to $170, and we have a low monthly rate of $99 a month.